What's going on, people? It's your man the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Bobby Ross for jumping back in the cut with them painting coins. Bosh. So, man, I've been compelled to leak this video, yeah? One of my sources close to the situation put me on yesterday. No doubt about this one. From what I'm hearing, there's a chance here, and I'm preparing the masses. Yesterday we talked about our gambling book. Yeah, the fight will go the distance. Yeah, no one's going to be knocked down. Those are my core beliefs, or were my core beliefs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still riding with them core beliefs. The bread's on now, it's one of them. That said, I'm hearing now this is going to be Liam Cameron versus Quitica 2, part 2. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, and I hope I'm wrong. Seriously, can my sources be wrong? I guess they could. It's very unlikely. The YB don't miss, man, if we're honest with ourselves. Yeah? If you're honest with yourself, if I'm honest with myself, the YB don't miss, man. He don't miss. So, listen, I'm hearing it's going to be a similar kind of circumstance, really. Fish is not flashy, but they get the point. The A-side. Fish is the A-side, Quitica's the A-side. What happens in that fight? It's a moody Ben Shalong stoppage. And it wasn't really the stoppage that was the issue. The stoppage in Cameron versus Whittaker 2 was bad enough, but where's Cameron at? Oh, I can't complain, I'm happy to be here. AKA, the bag. That's what that was. Oh, well, who would have thought 2 years ago I'd have been here? What? It was a moody stoppage, man. What are you talking about? Push for the third fight. What are you talking about? Yeah? It's the fight game. Oh, well, I got paid. And that's Liam Cameron, who we fought. And this is the thing, a lot of these boxers, yeah, I get it. No one makes us gamble. No one makes us support someone. But when we do that, we expect you to do the right thing, man. And hold the line. Play your role, man. Don't come out and tell us, because listen, Cameron could have said that. Fair play to Cameron. Each man has their own, they have their own autonomy. Cameron could have come out, all in the build-up, rather than saying, oh, you quit and I'm giving it to you and all that other stuff he was saying. He could have said, listen, man, I'm just happy to be here. Yeah? I'm happy to get paid and I'm not really fussed. And if that's the... Right? And we wouldn't have been able to critique it. But don't talk the most. Get a moody stoppage. Moody as well. It was moody, man. That's how it was a fake news stop. He was on his feet looking at the shots, catching them. How you get stopped in round 1 or 2? With your hands up? That's dead. Yeah, that's dead. Oh, well, I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I'm here now. And from what I'm hearing, Dave Allen, never mind what we're hearing, we saw his weigh-in. Let's just look at the weigh-in. This weigh-in to me looks like I'm happy to be here weigh-in. Plus 8 pounds. And that plus 8 pounds from the first fight, after the fight, he was talking about how he needs to lose 10 pounds. So in reality, it's plus 18 pounds from what he said. That is, I'm happy to be here, pounds. That is Eggy Hearn. And bear in mind, there was some, in the lead-up, in negotiations between Fisher and Dave Allen too, Dave was like, the fight won't happen if the money's not right. Obviously, Eggy's probably told him, listen, Dave, I can pay you 200 grand for a legitimate fight, or I can pay you 400-500 grand and you jump on the floor. Yeah? What do you think Dave took? Honestly. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they go in there and smoke dude. I hope he wins on points, but that's for my own personal financial gain. I hope he goes in there, doesn't get knocked down, and wins on points, and we're up. That's what I hope happens. Yeah? But what do you think what do you think Dave picked? Oh, but YB, he really wants to get in there and fight, does he? How you put weight on? Because someone who really want to get in there and fight will be prepared. That would have been Listen, these allegations that I've heard allegedly, that he's coming in there to jump on the floor and or some other moody stoppage, get stopped on his feet. I can see that happening. Fisher can't really punch like that. I don't think Fisher's going to spark him. But it depends how much Eddie's paid him. Eddie might have paid him allegedly. Hey Dave, here's the pay schedule. You get 200 grand if you win the fight. You get 500 if you get stopped, spark on your feet. You get 800 if you jump on the floor in a big heap in round 1 so we can build the Fishers, the next Wilder, the Essex Wilder. Bosh! Yeah? Wow! And this is a narrative Eggy Hearn allegedly might want. Wow, no one's ever Sparko Dave, right? How much is that worth? Luis Ortiz couldn't do it. Dillian White went life and death 12 rounds. But Johnny Bosh goes in there, big revenge fight, and sparkles him with the first shot that lands. Now, I don't know. I can't tell the future. I'm not in Dave's head. But I'm doing this video to warn the masses. Do not be shocked. Do not be shocked if it's a big, stinky cabal rigging. And we'll know it's a cabal rigging, by the way, when after the fight, all you hear from Dave, like Liam Cameron, is, well, woo, woo, woo. Oh, y'all, you know what, cock-a-doodle-doo, man, I got my money in my grills, y'all. That's how you know it's a cabal scam. Because no, man, I'm sorry, man, listen, if I trained, I was a low-level sports guy, much lower than Liam Cameron or whatever, that's fine to say. But even as a low-level, dusty sports dude, yeah, if I got scammed on my feet in a fight, and I felt like I should have been given an opportunity and I was gagging to win, it's not about the money. You were getting paid win, lose or draw. I want a fair shake. Look at Eubank Jr. RYB, he's silver spooned. Look at him in the Liam Smith 1 fight. He hops up. Let me go, man. Let me go. I want to fight someone. Really, that fight probably should have been stopped, right? Eubank versus Smith 1. At the time, I think I argued, let him carry on. That's because this is his own man, and his own man should be allowed to do what he wants. But in reality, as far as the estrogenic rules go, I get why Eubank was stopped in the first fight. But Eubank's got all the money and whatnot. He could have come out and said, well, y'all, woo-woo. Oh, y'all, woo-woo. I got the Gucci on, man. He ain't got much money. He wanted to fight. Yeah? So I don't get what it is. It must be something to do with... It can't just be money, because again, Eubank got paid. Eubank's been paid a lot more than Dave Allen and Liam Cameron combined. So why wasn't Eubank happy to get sparkled? Why was he gagging, even though his legs had gone? He was gagging to carry on. Let me go out on my back. Liam Cameron, who Dusty, and that was a moody stoppage. I can't complain. I love Ben. Ben's given me opportunity. Ben, my daddy. Oh, thank you, Ben Quitica, for giving me this opportunity to sparkle, to fake rob me in the round 1 or 2, whenever it was. You see that one there? Which one of you man's confident Dave really coming for it? We've seen him go out sad in the Fraser Clark fight. The Dave Price fight, go out sad. Yeah? He's coming out of shape. Is he really training, or is he there for the money? That's the question here. What's he really there for? There's very little evidence I'm seeing that he's there to really do something. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong. The future in a few hours will tell. But I'm putting out there now. Please don't cuck yourself. One guy said I got $1,000 on Dave Allen. I'm thinking, oh, that's not going to be cool. One guy in Dave Allen's comments was like, yeah, I got $1,000 on you, Dave, and when I win 2,500 profit, I'll send you a drink. Dave's like, not sure about that. You got a better chance winning with Fisher in 1. Fisher in round 1 is a better chance. Yeah? Because this guy, I've done videos on it. This guy during this training camp, never mind the moody weigh-in. I mean, we was giving David the benefit of the doubt, saying, he might be doing a psyop on us. Maybe he's playing 6th dimensional chess and really he's training really hard and he's coming in top shape and he's cucking Fisher. Bosh! Oops. You come in, bowler, but look at this belly looking ass here, man. Look at belly's going to get you, man. Look at this thing here, man. Look at this guy. And I got a video in a second. Dave's like, well, you know, people don't understand my genetic. Bro, too much calories. Oh, but YB, it's his genetics. He said so. If it was your genetics, how was you 8 pounds lighter in the last fight? That's not... Genetics would be, listen, man. I came in 258 and I've worked my ass off and somehow I'm still 258. You've gone up. It's not genetics. What are you telling me? What, genetics made you put on 8 pounds between fights for a fight you said you weren't even that fit for the first time. No. Something's going on here. This looks like a dude who's... This is more or less Dave's career heaviest. He's rolled off the couch and it's a bag. Seriously. That's how it's looking right now. During the camp. Whilst we're trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. What's Dave saying? Oh, I like video games and I like to play football, man. I'd rather... But to be honest with you, I can't do his voice, but he says, to be honest with you, I mean, I kind of like playing poker and video games until 4 in the morning. That's where his mind was at, right? That's the truth. His mind was not in, hey man, Johnny Fisher's green. This guy's sweet. He getting it. I'm coming in 250 pounds lean and he's getting it. This is my time to be on. It's not like you're getting in there with Moses Talma or someone else where you know it's like, oh, like for example, in my opinion, I mean, it might be worth watching. Dave's durable, but I'd get how Dave would be demotivated to fight a Talma. Fast, super explosive, heavy-handed. He's in and he's out. I can see how Dave's like, F it, man, let me jump on the floor quickly and save my brain cells. No one would really argue that. I wouldn't sit here and hype up Dave really working hard to fight a Talma. He might as well come in out of shape and jump on the floor. He's got no chance. But this fight, if I knew Dave was bang on it, if he came in 250, for example, which is only £8, that's he was supposed to come in 247. He weighed in 257 in the first fight. He said he wants to lose £10. If he'd come in 247, I'd say, listen, man, he's done something different. That'd be fair to say. Plus £8. Talking about Football Manager in your no, I don't really. No, I've done 10 rounds of sparring this camp. 10 rounds of sparring. I've never heard nothing. Sorry, people. Sorry. Again, Dave said the other day, YB. He didn't reference me directly, but it was an indirect. He hating. Oh, you know, what would you know about the game? Well, I think he did 10 rounds of sparring for the first camp and 22 rounds in the second camp. I'm thinking, I'm sorry, people. 22 rounds should really be like, that's... I think sparring once a week is probably the minimum. Once a week, 10 rounds would be the minimum. That should be 2 weeks of training. 22 rounds of sparring should be 2 weeks of training, in my opinion, for whatever I know. You should at least be replicating what you're expected to do in your event once a week. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be against... Obviously, maybe not hard both times, but I wouldn't be against sparring hard. Do a technique spar for 12 rounds or 15 rounds one day, and the other day you do a hard spar for 10 rounds. I wouldn't be necessarily against that. But certainly once a week, sparring 10 hard rounds. Again, what do I know? Maybe I know nothing. Maybe Usyk only spars 3 rounds a week on average. I've never heard of that. I've heard of Beterbiev flying 4 man in to do 3 rounds each. Fresh man. So, if it worked, why isn't Beterbiev just doing 3 rounds a week on average over 8 weeks? And why does Beterbiev need 4 sparring partners for if they're only doing if he's only doing like 4 rounds a week, right? It don't make no sense. Usyk, he flew Dave in. These men doing, I believe, from what I've heard, these men are at least doing 1 12-round spar with 4 different men in each week at the very least. I've heard some man spar twice a week. Dave somehow revolutionising the game. I'm going to do 4 rounds a week on average. 4 rounds a week for a 10-round fight? That's like, what? You're doing 60% less of than what's going to be required of you. Oh, well, I'm experienced, so I'll work my way through it. Oh, yes, you can experience your way through cardio. Why does Mo Farah train running then? He can just... Mo Farah's done so many 10k runs or whatever he runs. He's done so many now, he just knows how to... That's ridiculous, man. Right. That's not exactly the opposite of sport. This isn't maths where you can say, well, I know how to do these equations now, so I can not do them for a year. And even that, after a year, you kind of half forget things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? And is it a coincidence the laziest guy in the circuit is finding a way to do less? That's what you have to believe. You either have to believe Dave's a magician who's worked out the science to boxing, or he's lazy as shit. What are you going with? Yeah? Because no one else doing that. No one else I know sparring for 4 rounds a week. No one's doing that, man. Oh, I did 20. When was the last time you heard Usyk say, oh yeah, I did 20 rounds for this camp? I reckon Usyk probably does 20 rounds a week of sparring. That's what I reckon happens. Yeah. And most top fighters are somewhere around. I've heard Jaron Ennis in one session sparring, like, he probably goes too far. He burns himself out sometimes, but I've heard he's doing like 18 rounds sparring. Fresh dudes in there, just loves it in there. That might be extreme. I'm not necessarily someone who thinks you need to go in there and whack your head all the time. But once a week doing what you're going to have to do is the bare minimum. Sorry. Bare minimum. In a 8-week camp, I don't want to hear anything less than 60 rounds. At the bottom end. 60 rounds for an 8-week camp. 10, and then 2 weeks off. Any brain damage you've taken from the sparring, man. Come on, man. It's not even necessarily about the brain damage. You got to be fit. That will get you brain damage. I'll tell you what will get you brain damage. Getting in a professional ring with 10-ounce gloves on with another man coming to hurt you and not being fit. That's what will get you hurt more than being prepared, in my opinion. James Toney again. Oh, he's got brain damage. He was doing too much. He'd spar every day. That's what he'd do. He didn't jump no rope, no heavy bar. He'd love to spar. Again, that's extreme. Tony's probably doing 40 rounds a week, right? Extreme. No one's doing 4 though. Anyway, before I get out of here, let's play Dave's video quick time. And this kind of backs up this. Again, I'm doing this video. I'm not trying to hate on Dave. I'm really not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he goes in there. I hope he wins. I hope he doesn't jump on the floor. But I've got to tell the truth. Now I've heard the leak. I've been told. Yeah, that's what I've been done. I've been told. Don't be shocked if it's a Liam Cameron versus Whittaker 2. All the signs are there. That's what's coming. Yeah, all the signs are there. Anyway, here we go.
So got weighed in. I weighed in, I think 18.13. I weighed 18.5 for the first fight. For the first fight, we did like a ceremonial weigh-in, so I actually got weighed in pre-breakfast last time. If I had got weighed in Saudi at the same time as today, I'd been about 18.8, 18.9. So I'm probably 4 or 5 pounds heavier actually, as opposed to 8.5. A lot of people saying you're in terrible shape, you don't look fit. This is the best condition I've ever been. Lifted a few more.
This is Dave, man. This is Dave. This is the okie doke. This is the Dave Allen okie doke. Every camp we hear this, even if he stinks the place out. Before Dave Price, before Fraser Clark. Oh, it's the best I've ever been. So you just can't trust it at this point. He knows how to sell a fight / cuck the masses, but it's not the right thing to do, Dave. You've had a gambling problem yourself, right? It'd be like someone telling you, "Oh, I've got a good horse here. It's the best horse ever." How would you feel, Dave? And I know we don't have to gamble, but still, you're sitting there giving out, "Oh, I'm a wicked horse," when you know the truth. Just be honest to the masses. Say, "Listen, man. Just be honest." Because that's what you do after the fight. After the fight, you'll say, like he always does, "Well, I know I only had 5 weeks." He even mentioned it. What was it? When the fight was announced, I think it was about 11 weeks out or 10 weeks out. And Dave at the time said, "Yeah, it's been announced now. You know, I would have liked 12, but, you know, here we are. It's 10.5 weeks." I'm thinking. So you already got the thing. He's already thinking about, I would have liked 12. But Dave, you could have had 20 weeks. That's what you could have actually had. You could have had a week off after the December and got back in there and had 20 weeks. You knew this was coming. That's what you could have done. No doubt about it. Once in a lifetime opportunity for you. There's never going to be an easier lick. There's never going to be a more winnable fight. Ever. Again in your career. Yeah, ever. You could have just stayed, for one time in the 35 years you've been on Earth, you could have stayed in the gym for 6 months. How hard would that have been? You could have treated it. It wouldn't even be a real job. Most men, yeah, have to travel to work for half an hour to an hour, do an 8-hour shift of some sort, and then travel back for an hour to half an hour. And then you're not even accounting for the time it takes you to get up and get ready for work in the morning. Let's assume getting up and ready for work in the morning, that takes an hour, and getting to work, that's an hour. You get there 8 hours. There's 9 hours. Getting back half an hour. 9.5 hours the average man has to do wage slaving. Yeah? 9.5 hours round trip, day in, day out. You're telling me you couldn't have done an hour of intense work or 2 hours of solid work a day for the last 5 months to be ready for your lottery opportunity? You win this fight, you get the trilogy. That's $1 million you're looking at. 4 for this one, 6 for the rematch. The trilogy. $1 million. You couldn't have just done that. You couldn't do what? Football. Yeah, but Football Manager, YB. He can't help himself. That's what you can't do.
I'm saying you're in terrible shape, you don't look fit. Let's
have a look at, this is the best I ever looked. This is the best I ever been. Sorry, people. Sorry. Not possible, man. I'll it to you. The fittest I've ever been. All that belly there. Dave could probably be conservatively 10 kilos lighter. And I'm not even sure he'd have a 6-pack then. 10 kilos lighter is like 22 pounds. So 22 pounds off 265 would be 243, which is probably where he should be, around there, 245. 10 kilos lighter. People, pick up a 10-kilo dumbbell. Yeah? Put it on your shoulder. Try hopping about. Seriously, that's what it's like, bottom line. Try hopping about with a 10-kilo thing on you. Everything you do is slow as molasses. That's all that happens. Yeah? So you can't be the fittest. And to be quite frank, Dave wouldn't even know if he's the fittest. Why? He's only been doing 4 rounds. Yeah? So he gets to end of round 4, and he said this. Oh, I won't only spar about 4 rounds. And at the time we were saying, oh no, but he's playing 6th dimensional chess. No, he really was doing 4 rounds. Yeah? So Dave Allen, he might actually be fitter than ever for a 4-round fight. Okay? That might be the case. He might be fitter than he's ever been for a 4-rounder before. But that'll mean nothing in round 5 or round 6. When that extra unconditioned weight comes into play and your heart's blowing out because you ain't done more than 4 rounds a week.
Best condition I've ever been. Lifted a few more weights. Well, I lifted weights for this camp.
Oh, that old chestnut. Someone in the comments made a funny point. They said, oh, but YB's put 8 pound of muscle on. Oh, that old, yeah, oh, it's muscle, is it, Dave? Let's have a look at the muscle on, because you must have put some muscle on. You know, I'm in the best shape ever, and I've been lifting weights now, so you can clearly tell. Oh, that's weights lifting, is it? That's what, come on. Don't insult my intelligence, please. Don't insult the masses. I know we're unwashed. Dave, we get that. We're unwashed, okay? That's fair to say. We are unwashed, no doubt about it. Don't insult us, though. We're not stupid. We're not blind. Unwashed is not blind, Dave. Yeah? You got no muscle on here. No muscle at all. This belly gonna get you is what you put. You put 8 pounds of belly's gonna get you on. Is what you've done. Don't start larping about, oh, but the weights, and I'm actually, you see, my muscle fibers are really dense, so you know. Yeah, that's what big birds do. They say, well, my muscle fibers are heavy, so you know I look really big. No, you bulbous. Yeah, you're full of carbs. You're full of carbs. You're carb bloat. Look at the carb bloating on this cat here, man. What, you been eating bowls of pasta? Well, don't tell me you're vegetarian. Don't tell me you're vegetarian. Don't tell me he's vegan, man. Hashtag Dave Allen's vegan diet, man. Fair play. Listen, I like vegans, man. Vegans are solid, man. I tell you, Dave, I think you're taking the vegan thing too far, bro. I think Dave's taking the vegan thing too far. He needs to step off a bit because he's veganing out too hard, man. Him and Martin Bacoli, that vegan diet's killing him slowly for sure. Oh, the cabal juice is killing me as well, to tell the truth.
Did a bit of weightlifting, and I've ate more, to be honest. Even in the past,
Do you hear that leak there? He let slip, and this is why I did the video. Yeah? Someone told me he's going to jump on the floor. It's going to be a cabal matchroom Hearns Calvin Candy scam on the masses. And Dave has let slip here. To be honest, I've been lifting some weight, but I've been eating more. Yeah, that's the truth. Fair play to it. They talk about in plain sight. This might be Dave telling all of the unwashed Dave Allen supporters, don't do it. And that's what I'm telling you now. Don't do it. I had a tenner on day off, took it off. I've kept money on the decision and no knockdowns. But the tenner on Dave Allen's gone. Forget about it. Because I thought about it. Dave Allen's not going to win on points like that. He's going to need to win 8 rounds, all in all, to beat Fisher on points. 7-8 rounds he's going to need. He's not going to win 7 or 8 rounds. Yeah? So forget about putting money on Dave. The best I could do for Dave was he'll make it to the end. And that's the best he can hope for, is making it to the end. And that's more of a function of the fact that I think Fisher's going to shit himself. Fisher's going to keep it long and run around, which shouldn't predispose Dave to getting stopped. Yeah? That's the best I can do for Dave. Because in reality, he might get stopped. And or quitting might be a thing as well. That's what I'm saying. It could go either way. I'm gambling. It is really a gamble, this one. It is really a gamble. Dave could quit and or get stopped on his feet. To be honest. I'm not going to lie. Especially if he's been paid by Eggy to allegedly do so. We don't know how the contract's structured at all. He might have a bonus in there. We just don't know. How would you know if there's a bonus in there? I wouldn't know.
Did a bit of weightlifting, and I've ate more, to be honest. Even in the past, my body is terrible. Genetically, Got an awful body. Of course I could be I could probably... I did a DEXA body scan, 17.3, 10% body fat for me. I don't want to be 10% body fat. My style is not conducive to being light.
Oh, his formidable style now. Bear in mind, people, Dave Allen went undisputed. So, or he's been a world champion before. Or he's had some proper wins before. Or he's trained hard before. So he'd know what his style's good for. Well, I think actually, I watched him back today. There is Canelo-esque elements of him. He's a solid dude. If he applied himself, he has something there, honestly. He's not a scrub. He has something there. He's just chronically lazy. Yeah? He just said, I did a body scan, 10% body fat, which is really where athletes should be. I'm sorry. Athletes should be between, what was it, 17.3 they said he was? And I think that's cap, to be honest. I don't think he's got heaps of fat on him. It wasn't just how many pounds. 17 stone 2 pounds. Let's have a look what that is. 241. So yeah, that's what I was saying. If he came in 245, 247, that would put him around 12% body fat. Perfect. And I think that's cap anyway. I think down at 242, I don't think it'd be 10% either. That's cap. 10% is you're proper. You'll be ripped up at that point. You won't be like a bodybuilder, but you're going to be ab topping. I've seen Dave at 233, and he's still soft. But anyway, 245, fair play to him. Athlete should be 12% at the most, is my base case, people. At the most. Yeah? AJ is probably like 8-9%. But 12-13 for Dave, no excuses to be. He must be. I think that's cap anyway. He must be 25%. I'm sorry, that's 25% there. What I'm seeing here is 25-30%. That's what I'm seeing here. 25-30%. Yeah? Fisher is probably 11%. Dave's 30. That's the truth here, people. Unfortunately for him.
My hands are slow, my feet are slow. I'm just a big, fat, hard man. A big, tough bloke, aren't I? Why the fuck would I want to be 10% body fat? I want to get belted tomorrow. Johnny Fisher's going to belt me. I want to be big and heavy. I want to soak him up. And when I hit him, I like a bit more weight behind him. I listen to my sparring partners. Whenever I hit harder, I'm stronger.
Okay, so the fallacy of bigger means hit harder. Bigger means hit harder. Bigger means I take a better shot. Your chin's never been an issue though, Dave, to be fair. It's not like you're chinny and you're trying to find a way, like Fury did in the Usyk 2 fight. You're finding a way to try and hack yourself a chin. Like Canelo, for example. I think there's similarities. Difference in class, difference in attitude, to be honest, but there are similarities. Dave has a little bit of head movement, he can pull back. So that's, if I was training Dave, that would be we're going to look like this. We're going to do this. Canelo's feet are notoriously slow too. The point is, Canelo's in a weight category, so he's limited anyway. But Dave is like, heavier means I hit harder, heavier means I take a better shot. Heavier means you won't ever get to him. Oops. Heavier means you'll be a heavy bag, like Jarrell Miller versus Dubois. Just plodding, slow, can't get there. Bacoli versus Jagba. Slow, plodding, can't get there. It's no good being big and heavy if you can't hit nothing. What's the point in that? And if 245 isn't hit, I've been saying this for ages. If you can't hit hard enough, if you can't take a shot at 245, when bear in mind, it's not like Dave's fighting men who are 280, right? Fisher's 241, so even at 247, you're going to have a £5 advantage. So why is it Johnny Fisher can take shots at 240, or AJ can take shots at 240, or Usyk can take shots at 225, but you can't take a shot and or can't punch, in your words, at 245? Make that make sense. And people like AJ and Dubois show, yes, there are some genetic elements which generate force, but you don't need dead weight. Speed kills. The hardest thing to do is defend a shot you're struggling to see. And being heavy, he was slow and heavy in the first fight. When you're slow and heavy, and Dave looks at the floor and bowls that hand over, it's a lottery shot. Yeah, so you got to be real lucky with that shot. Not really catching no one with that, to be honest. You're just not. No top level guy. Really, you're gonna catch with that. A Talma does it. A Talma's like in and out, and he's in and he's whoop and he's out. That's quick. The speed kills. Yeah, the speed kills. Someone like Foreman, I guess you can argue. Foreman was big and long, and but even then, Foreman would get caught. Sometimes just too slow. Ultimately, when Foreman came back, he'd get caught standing straight up, and he wasn't able to get there, and he's getting teed off on by the faster guy. And that's George Foreman as well, who had pound for pound power and a mystique around him, which had fighters nervous. Dave don't have that. And even if you have that, Bacoli had some mystique to some extent against Ajagba. Didn't really mean much. How much did the mystique help Bacoli? Not a lot at all. Couldn't get there. Too slow. And I think Bacoli, relative to his size, I think Bacoli actually has pretty quick hands. I wouldn't say he's got... His feet are really slow because of the weight, but he's not got the slowest hands. It didn't even help... Mr. Bacoli, who has quite quick hands and good combinations, didn't help him. At all. So, my style's not... I'm a warthog. My style's not suited to being lighter. Your style's suited to being... What fight? I'd never want to be slower. I'd never ever want to be slower, man. It's the fast guys that are the problem. That's the truth. The fast ones with the quick hands and quick feet. Doesn't mean you need to be the next Usyk, but Dave's like, well, I'm not going to be the quickest guy, so I'll instead be the slowest dude ever. Yeah? Where's the middle ground? Okay, I'm not the quickest, but I don't want to get slower, right? I'm not the quickest guy, but I'd like to be, so let me cut 10 pounds. Cutting weight, unless you get down and you're really almost dying, cutting weight for people who are 25-30% body fat will only make you quicker. No one gets slower. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Now, if you're dehydrated, someone like Eubank, for example, Junior, he might have been slower from losing weight because he got so dehydrated and whatnot that his muscles won't be operating at full capacity. But that's not Dave. Who here thinks Dave's dehydrated and low on calories? Let's have a look. Let's see how many calories you think Dave's been missing. How many calories you think Mr. Bulbous, the white whale, Dave, the white whale, Allen? How many calories do you think he's missing? Do you think he's dehydrated? Do you think he's low on carbs? Do you think his muscles are struggling to find energy to twitch? No. He's full of them. He got them to burn. At 2:45, the increased speed will mean he'll be able to catch shots, his feet will get there quicker, and he'll be able to find shots that... when you're heavier, yeah, and you're trying to throw a shot, it's almost like you have to load it up. It's not a twitch, it's not a whap. It's not a whap. And you often see that with Dave's shots. He has to kind of dip right down and wing him over. He has to do that, I think, because it's the weight of it. His shoulders, relative to his body, they can't twitch fast enough because they're so heavy. Just full of... They're dragged down by weight. So he has to lean over and whap. And everyone's going to see that coming from last week, man. That's the God's honest truth. Speed kills. But it's done now anyway. End of the day, people, man. He's Bulbous. He's going to be slow as molasses, but do not put... My advice to you would be, he's not going to get a decision on the cards anyway. So you've got to believe Dave Allen's going to knock him out. Why didn't Bacoli knock out? Bacoli came in the heaviest. Why didn't Bacoli just... Oh, he's got the power. Why didn't Bacoli just walk through Ajagba? Ajagba's not even that good, sorry. No, I didn't see nothing special there. Why didn't he walk through him with extra power? He looked silly in there. Until Ajagba started sitting on the ropes. He looked silly. It was like, oh my god, he can't do nothing. He's so slow. That's how it looked. Yeah? That's how it looked, people. And that's how this is going to look, more or less. The difference will be Johnny's going to be the more athletic and all the fresher. And he's going to be able to maintain what Ajagba still won that fight, but he'll be able to maintain what Ajagba couldn't, I believe, against Dave. And Dave isn't on the level of Bacoli either, if that makes sense. So it will balance out. And Dave will be slow as molasses in winter. And he'll struggle to get a look in edgeways. I was watching the first fight back today, and he's stepping in, and he's just struggling. Speed is hard. He's finding it hard to get on Fisher. And you take that knockdown out, It would have been a boxing lesson. You take out the fact that Fisher blew his load, it would have been a boxing lesson. It would have been a heavy bag session for Johnny Fisher. Oh, why he's going to knock him out, is he? Or he's going to take his bigger and heavier body and somehow find a way to land a shot that he really couldn't land that good in the first fight. Alright then. He'll be even slower and Johnny will be even more switched on.
I know I take a better knock when I'm heavy, so I'm an heavyweight. I ain't gonna make a weight. So anyone worrying I'm not in shape or love is an excuse you haven't trained, I've trained very hard. Yeah, if I was to get beat tomorrow and I set Johnny Fisher's on his beat, probably the best conditioned version of me. I couldn't. No excuse. I feel amazing. Been doing some pads on the night time, bit of shadow boxing. I've genuinely never felt better. I feel good. I don't even feel heavy. I feel light. I feel really light on my feet and stuff, which is still not.
Yeah, you will do. It's a bit like when, what's his name, Martin Bacoli's trainer says, oh, but in sparring he looked, I didn't think the weight was a problem. He looked so good. Feeling light when you're not in 10-ounce gloves and you're not in a big competition, anyone can do that, right? When it will matter is, or when you're doing 4 rounds, no doubt, I've got no doubt that Dave felt really light for 4 rounds of his sparring session, of his weekly sparring. I've got no doubt that Dave Allen felt really light and tricky for his 4-round sparring sessions. What do you think happens in round 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? What do you think happens then? You think all that extra weight is gonna, what? Rejuvenate you? That must be the implication. I'm heavier, so I'll have loads of energy. Dave, if the competition was who could not eat for the most amount of days, you'd win it hands down. Fisher would last probably, what, a month, and you'd last about 6 months. Because you're like a seal. Yeah? Dave, the white seal Allen, just full of blubber for winter. Harvesting. Dave could go 6 months, from what I've seen. Fisher would be out of there in the first month or two, because he's down already. But 30% body fat, you'd last about 6 months. That's what Dave would do, man. He'd last 6 months. He'd win that battle for sure. This is not a jungle survival show. If it was, you'd have prepped well. This is a 36-minute all-encompassing fight. You'll need to be quick sometimes. You'll need to explode sometimes. You'll need to rest sometimes. Boxing hits all of the energy systems. It's not a marathon where you're just ticking over. There's no real sprint. Boxing's, yeah, it's one of the hard. It's up there, man. You have to have all your energy systems pinging. It's not a 100-meter sprint where you can just blast it out and relax. You've got to do it all. You've got to sprint and relax and sprint. It's hard, man. You've got to be ready for that.
I'm not light on my feet, but I feel light on my feet for me. So I got weighed in. I think Johnny weighed, I think it was like 3 or 4 pound heavier than last time. He's locked his self-away abroad and trained hard, and if he wants to have a fight early, he'll be rough early on, but suit me. If he runs early on, it'll be harder, but I do think I'm fit enough and conditioned enough to get to him. Probably about halfway again. But I'm looking forward to the task, really. Looking forward to it. I'm going to do a video tomorrow going into the fight.
And that's the good news as well. Well, potentially. I don't know how much of a scam this will be, but I want to warn the masses at least. But at this point, if it's a scam and Dave is coming to win, it's best that he is optimistic, right? But we don't know who knows what's going on in his head. He always says that. He was gassing me up before the Dave Price fight. What did he say? I don't think he said plumber, but I remember there was a video. He was sitting on the end of the ring of his training gym. It was like a Matchroom kind of documentary video. And he said some proper good bars in there. I don't know what it was. It was something like, oh, I'm sending him back to Liverpool. Or something, I don't know. It was good done. I was sitting there like, yeah? That's Dave for you. He says one thing and we'll do another. And I've got a feeling.
In more detail then. Predictions and whatever else. So I did the weigh-in, we've been to Westfield now, got something to eat. Just chilling now, just relaxing now. All we can do is relax and rest.
Anyway, I just wanted to warn you, man. Like I said, my £10 off. I got no money on Dave directly. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, yeah. He really was super fit. He really was super conditioned. them 4 rounds of sparring he was doing really do help him in rounds 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, etc, etc. I want Dave to win. I don't really like Fisher. I don't really rate him either. I think Dave, in a vacuum, Dave is better than Fisher. But life don't happen in a vacuum. Yeah, life don't happen on FIFA scores. It happens. The man who might not be as good, but works harder, can win a fight. That's the world we live in. And I haven't seen nothing from Dave. But listen, crazier things. I'm not going to sit, will I come on here tomorrow and be like, oh my god, I never saw Dave winning? That would be a lie also. But my base case is now, Dave ain't got another look in edgeways. I think if it's not rigged, if Dave isn't incentivised to jump on the floor, if the referee doesn't jump in after a moody stoppage, then I've got Dave making it a distance and not being knocked down. If it's a scam, then it's a scam. And I'll come on here and I'll say, I told you so. That's what I'll do. I said, I told you. Eggy, allegedly. Yeah? That's what Eggy would have allegedly done. Because Dave don't get... And if Dave sparked out like that, Fisher can't punch like that. I'm sorry, people. Fisher's got blunt power. He can't... Oh, I be the Cabbage Babbage. The Cabbage Babbage, man. He's a light heavyweight. A washed up light heavyweight. Stop playing with me. Fisher can't punch like that. He's not a... Oh, he clipped him once and he sparked. So if Dave ends up sparked on his back with his legs in the air, yeah, that will be fake and gay. That's what that will be. No doubt about it. There'll be nothing real about that. Let me put it out there right now to the universe. Don't bother coming here saying, oh, Bosh, Johnny, Bosh. Don't bother doing that, man. It's a scam. Never going to happen, ever. Not in a month for Sundays could Fisher hit Allen and he'd be sparked. Sorry, don't believe it. And even Cameron as well. That was fake as well, if I'm honest. That just didn't make no sense. Oh, well, I'm happy to be here, people, so thank you. Thank you for supporting me making my bag whilst I cut the masses. Yeah? Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like for the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it. Bosh.